Alright.
I mean, it's definitely a shaman card that costs 2 mana because the overload does count. And, I mean, if you don't want a 2 mana, 3 damage card, this is totally fine. Like, just put more minions for consistency and stuff like that. Interesting choice.
Off Mulligan, I mean, prep definitely not something he's going to want early on. The Annoytron, hopefully will serve him a little bit better this time. Hopefully no healing totems coming out against that. But the Feral Spirits are there again, so Xixo could try to make that same thing happen if we run into the scenario here on turn 2. And you can see Hosty really he's tossing it back.
Tossing it back. We'll see if the prep does work, because right now with no Gadgetzan, prep is only for sprints and possibly oil. So if Hosty sees it very early on without any spells, it's going to be just a dead draw. It's kind of dangerous.
Yeah. And we'll see if it comes back into his hand. But like you said, with the oil, it could of course lead to some really nice earlier combos, but it's lacking like the double value there that it used to have with Gadgetzan.
Oil is actually a card that I underestimated before the game actually came out. Like when they reviewed other cards, I thought it was like why would you pay so much? Why would you pay so much mana that it's so hard to set up a combo with? But another way to look at it is actually it's a Pyroblast, right? You oil up your dagger, it gives 6 damage, right? Because you hit it 2 times, and then a minion also gets 3 damage. So it's like 4 mana for 9 damage. So if you look at that, it's actually insane.
Yeah, I've been trying it myself, and even with the spare parts, right? I mean, spare parts I think have really benefited Rogue quite a bit in various ways, and that's another easy way to set up the combo. So I think I look forward to hopefully seeing more of it in professional decks too. Definitely had my fun with it.
I think Hosty needs to take his time. He's choosing his decisions really fast, and you see Xixo is like really calm and really collected. I mean, obviously he won 2 games. It's natural to be calm, but Hosty does need to take his time.
Yeah, I mean we've seen at BlizzCon like a lot of players just running down the rope too, and that's fine. So we'll see if Hosty's able to take a step back in his play. I mean, like this one, right? He does have quite a few options. He's actually going to sap the Golem and then just get rid of the 2 taunts here.
This play is okay, but then I would have liked him to like think a little bit more, because there are other options that could have been fine there too.
Right on.
The Urshak here plays it really nicely. I think one of the main things Hosty needs to learn from what Xixo's deck is that he's running no lightning bolts. That is actually pretty hard to kind of pick apart when you're not like when you're not playing against a normal shaman like this, like a JVG shaman. You need to like really find out. Xixo has 5 mana. Not the most exciting turn ever.
I mean, do you just match the Drake, or do you just go for the Doomhammer early to clear his Drake? But that would be like 8 damage, which is a lot.
8 damage is a lot against a rogue, especially. Like, all forms of rogue have so much burst, so you're kind of scared. But at the same time, if you put an Arrow Drake and your opponent eviscerates it or something and just clears it, like even simply Deadly Poison and SI, you're really, really happy. So you took 8 damage to the face here, but I actually like this play. It's
alright.
Pretty good.
It's the lesser of the evils against you on that turn. And just going to refresh this weapon rather than use the Auto Barber there.
Alright. And now, even more awkward for Xixo is a 4 mana turn. I mean, 5 was awkward enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's why Shaman has always been touted as such a interesting class to play, right? The overload mechanic is something you have to work around so much yourself and the opponents too, so. Right now he just brings it down.
Huh. Okay. Setting up for Storm, I guess. Like a possibility for it at least. Which is okay. I like it.
Yeah, I think, like you said, he's just keeping aware that he's against a rogue, and he has to be aware of his health. He can't use it a little too liberally as a resource.
Yeah. I guess you really want to use the oil here, huh? Like, you really, really want to use the oil here. There's so much
damage. Make a huge weapon.
Yeah. Insane weapon. Wow. So that's 11 damage to the dome.
Yeah, and this actually is just threatens lethal, and this is the beauty of the oil. I mean, this is what I love about it. I mean, the minion gets huge, and your weapon can get huge with the barber too. I mean, obviously this is sort of a dream play for Tinker Sharpsword oil, but Xixo suddenly was playing calm all along, and now he's just like, oh shoot.
I just got pyroblasted in the face at turn 7. That is not a good feeling. You never want to feel that.
Does he have a way out of this? I mean, he has the Defender of Argus, and then I guess he could totem with it.
If you 7 mana is also awkward. I guess there has to be anti-kill bot, right? So you anti-kill bot.
Oh yeah, it's gotta be, yeah.
Yeah, and then you kill off the 3/2 as well. So you're down to like, yeah, that's actually not bad. You're down to 12.
The defender wouldn't do you good. The defender wouldn't do you good, so.
So I do like anti-kill bot and flame tongue, but then we're looking at a global perspective. Like we know what other people are, what each player's in their hands. So I don't know what's the best play. Goes with this instead.
Okay.
He's
well, he cleared at least one. Unfortunately, he can't clear the nullifier, but he's gonna put a taunt up.
Yeah, Hosty's 1 damage.
Now
we just need 1 damage from somewhere.
No, he should have full, right? 7 damage.
Oh my god, yeah, the barber
is right, yeah. No, yeah, that weapon gets huge, man. So
you're right.
with the combo, he's just gonna be able to finish it off, and I mean that's what I was hoping for with this deck, the Sharpsword oil coming through for Hosty.
Well, that is interesting because you're kind of like assuming a paladin has healing, so you're kind of playing around it. But Xixo doesn't have it, so if Hosty just goes, YOLO once again, he might steal another win.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he catches on to that real quick. I mean, also most paladins are running quite a bit of aggro now, so depending on the cards Hosty gets, he might just do that regardless. We'll see what he plays.
Yeah, Zombie Chow and Aldor is like insane. Oh my god, Xixo has an insane.
Wow. Yeah, the shielded mini bot too. Again, everything he would want, like just on curve right there.
And well, you don't want to see prep early, but if you do see prep early, you kind of want to see as something to, combo it with, like a sprint. Otherwise, you're just sitting there like a sitting duck. Yeah.
Do you backstab this early just to get rid of it? I guess not. He's just gonna.
No, he wants to combo the SI with the backstab instead. So.
Sounds reasonable.
Huh.
Well, now, what do you combo it for? that's the new question here for Hosty.
2 very annoying minions, definitely for sure. You could just backstab SI the Zombie Chow and just hit the Divine Shield. That's one of the ways to solve this right now. Thinking of it, if there's anything like a bit better, I guess. You could also, yeah, I think you just do that.
Oh, okay. And then keeping the.
Oh, that's not actually better. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I was wondering which minion would you rather keep? Like, obviously, the Zombie Chow Statue Rattle is beneficial to you, but.
Well, more than its 1 health,
Yeah. Merciful Battle, of course. Merciful Battle now seems to be that card, for Paladins. That every class has that card that you have in your opening hand, and Merciful Battle coming through for Paladins after GVG.
Right. Well, Nullifier's gonna do some work here. Pretty nice here.
Yes. Well, the Quartermaster's still not there, so you can't even coin that out.
Yeah, the 2 attack actually makes it somewhat good, right? I mean, if it's 1 attack, it would have been terrible because the Outdoor kills it. But 2 attack is actually pretty nice. It's basically a Senjin, effectively here, which is good, right? You don't want it to be a worse than Senjin, otherwise you just play Senjin.
And now on Xixo's hand, do you still just play that Peacekeeper just to like bring it down even lower? Or do you want to save that for a bigger minion? I mean, he's going for the Loatheb here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you'd outdo that. But wow, that is the top deck for Hosty. Oh,
wow. And the Sharpsword oil there too. Now, actually, he's got a great now finisher all set up, right? Deadly Poison, Sharpsword oil with the flurry and the prep there to make it super cheap.
He's definitely got a lot of damage, especially with the spell power of the Adjudic too. Like that flurry.
Yeah. 13 damage just from his weapon, actually, if the Azure Drake stays alive. And then you get the +3 onto the Azure Drake, so 4. So that's 17. Of course, I don't think we're going to see that Azure Drake last.
Yep, now's the time.
Okay.
I think now's the time to flurry.
Well, yeah, you would clear the board.
I think you actually might want to... If you prep this Sharp Sword, you also, like, basically Power Blast the face, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty tempting, because he can clear the board without it. But if you also make this Azure Drake, like, you also kind of unsilence it, right? Because you give it 3 attack as well. So I actually like the prep oil here, because if you're holding 2 preps for the longest time, you're never going to use it. This is the one time you can really use it.
Yep, so he's just going to take all the damage to the face, and will he, go for the clear. Now, I think Hosty took a little bit of time, again, just to keep it a little bit slower, and also because it is a bit of an all-in, but, I mean, now he's at 9 health, and we know that he doesn't have any heals in, so that's going to start to pay for Xixo here.
Paladin at 9 health at turn 6. He was, like, at 20s, and then suddenly, boom, drop down.
That's massive damage. 17 damage there on turn 5 or on turn 6. That's insane.
Oh, get Pyro Blasted, right?
Yeah, like you said, bring the Azure Drake back down to 1, just to also get that body on board.
This Azure Drake is whoa!
Wow. Well, if he combos, would he have it? 4, 4. He'd have 8.
It's a fireball, right? So it's only 6, 7. So he's 1 damage off lethal again.
Yeah. So I mean, this pretty much kind of.
Story of the tournament. 1 damage off lethal.
But with the Doctor Boom there, I mean, the Boom bots might as well just actually finish the game for you. Now, do you clear one of the tokens here? What's the safer play? Clear, or do you bring him down to 8 so that the Boom bots could actually just potentially have that bigger threat that Xixo can't dare to clear the boom bots?
Well, I actually like the face here because if you clear one of these 1/1s, nothing's going to change. The board doesn't really change. If he's going to quartermaster you, he's going to quartermaster you, okay? It's still really bad for you. So you might as well just push 1 more damage. I think it's fine.
Sounds great. I mean, and of course he does have that prep plus Tinker's oil here.
Let's see where this bomb goes. That's good. But he loses an attack. Let's see where this bomb goes. Okay.
I mean, but of course, Hosty's just waiting for his turn.
Yeah.
The taunt comes through.
Of course. Yeah, he knows he's gonna die. Not the most exciting card. So you probably just kill the 2/2 and you just pass, right? Yeah, you just pass. There's no reason to do a fireball here where you... Well, I guess you could kill the spiders.
Right. I think Hosty's wondering, do I want to try to secure the lethal next turn by clearing both taunts now? Oh, it goes on the nullifier. Wow.
Yeah, that is really good. The ordering doesn't matter here. And Xixo is on his last turn, it appears. Doesn't draw anything now, he's dead.
Nope, that's, I mean, with the science, that's pretty much game over there, and so the concede comes through. Wow, Tinker Sharpsword Oil doing work for Hosty 2 games in a row.
Wow.
I mean, I'll tell you, I'm personally very excited about that.
Yeah, you just got Pyro Blasted 2 times. Like, the flurry play, pushed in, I think, how much damage did it deal that one turn? It was like 18
17
damage.
Or 18, 17 or 18 if I remember correctly.
18 damage
7
on
on
one
the paper. Yeah.
So, wow, definitely very scary deck. So now Xixo's gonna bring the Warrior instead.
Yep. Well, we are tied up, so Xixo also starting to feel the pressure. The Hosty actually looking a lot more relieved, and he's been playing slower too. We've noticed with the Rogue deck, so that seems to be going in his favor. The Warrior here, I mean, just it is control. Do you see anything that really stands out though? That's a little bit out of the norm.
Control Warriors run 25 of the same cards and they change 5 different cards usually. That's how Control Warriors do, but yeah, nothing pretty crazy here. Still winning 1 Armor Sith. You know, obviously you need to put the Shield Maidens because that card is just insane. I was actually wondering why Xixo picked the Paladin before the Warrior, because there's Harrison in the Warrior. So yeah, one of the main scary parts about playing Hosty's Rogue is that your weapon just gets, you know, just gets Harrison or Ooze or whatever, right? Especially that he's playing the Cogmaster's Wrench. 3 durability on that thing. You do not want that thing to get just destroyed.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we haven't seen the wrench yet, but he does have that in the deck. And like you said, Control Warrior. I mean, how different can it get? It's always going to have the end game legendaries and then the same clear. So we will jump right into our 5th game here, tied up at 2-2.